Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sean, and this is the Old Man of the Redwoods RC. Well, I did it. After the video that I did last week, played with the voiceover a little bit. That was kind of cool. First time doing that. When I got done with that quick little trail ride for you guys, I went back out to Preston with Grinch mullet, and did a little bit of follow the leader out there with a friend of mine, one of the other Seans, and was following the lines that him and with his Capra based truck. Nothing Capra on it at all. It's all aftermarket stuff, and got into a few little spots there with the mullet. It was following lines really good, and this thing just does good, really, really good. But yeah, got into a little bit of a bind coming down off of a rock, and broke the axle. I thought that I just lost one of the little shoulder screws for the steering knuckle, but yeah, I did lose the screw. But I also broke the hole out where the shoulder screw is supposed to go. So it was still steering, but kind of funky. So we got to fix that today, and got me a fresh axle from Vanquish, and we're gonna put that on. Get you over here so that you can see what I did. Other way. Get back down here. You can kind of see the other wheel's not turning as much. There's a little bit of floppy flop going on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get up in here and rip this axle out of here, and put that little remote over there again so I don't go sending you off into the wild blue yonder. And get this little guy. Let's see. Oh, I haven't done this yet, so I can leave that over there. Hopefully this is charged enough, or else we're going to have to go back to doing it by hand, and that's going to make this video longer. Sounds okay, but we got to get the servo one done, and oh, might help if I do this one first too. Now, the one funny thing with the mullet, when you go to take your wheels off, that nobody's actually, I don't think anybody's really addressed, is that you got to use two different nut drivers. The front one uses the 7 mil, and the back one uses the 8 mil. So, because it's straight axle to, to portal. So, yeah, it's just kind of, ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing holding it. Put that over there. Ooh. It'd be nice if I could get all of that angle. That'd be cool. Doesn't really need all that angle. It does just fine the way that it is. Put that over there. Get those out of the way. And also, I forgot to mention as I'm doing this, we're going to put some proper brass on this. I'm going to get these optic brass off of here and slap on the proper brass for this little sucker all at the same time while we have the axle off. So, you know, why not? Okay, that's done. Turn her over. Yes, it is. I'm already dragging it. Let's see if I can get in close on the axle so you can really see the scrubbing that's been done on there. I've given her some pretty good. She's been drug around pretty good. You can even kind of see it right there on the skid. I've gotten the gear cover a little bit too. So, yeah. Oops, other way. On back out. On back out. All right. So, now we've done that. Let's get the shocks and the lower links. I'm going to be putting the new ones in by hand, so first times, you know, I don't anyways. A lot of guys do. I don't. Okay, servo's clear. So what's nice about this tray, you can organize everything as you go along. I think those are those all the same? No, they're not. The uppers are shorter. So let's get you back out the way. Let's get this side off. Shoulder screws on the axle. So there it is. Yep. It's gone. So what happens when 900 inch ounces, 955? Something like that at 8.4 volts. What happens? You get into a little bit of a bind and you rip things apart. Now everybody's going to say, "Why don't you just put some aluminum axles on there?" I love aluminum axles, the aluminum axle housings, but they don't have the slidability. They get hung up on the rocks. Just go in here. No, that's the smaller ones. Oh, I didn't get the smaller one out. I didn't get my small one out. I need this little guy. For this little guy. Ouch. Yes. Be a little gentle. Oh, that one just jumped right out of there. Cool. Now these are heavy and they're nice. And these ones, I don't remember. These are some aftermarket. I don't remember the name. But these holes right here are threaded also. So you could do hanging weights on this also. That's some extreme weight because these suckers are heavy. These suckers are way heavy. Get this guy out. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of a lip there. So walking those out. So those go over there. Get back to getting this apart. It's the servo mount. Ooh, that's all sandy in there. That's really sandy in there. Look at that. Before I take all of that off, I think I should probably get the old toothbrush out so that I don't get no sand in the grease while that's still closed up. Yeah. So I'll just brush it off on top of all my pieces. Nothing like cleaning a broken part. So the nice thing is I don't have to pull anything apart to put it in there. It's all contained in the third member. You just have to just move it over. Now, I'll probably... Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we still got some decent grease on there, too. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of fresh in there, but it's still nice. And I used the blue grease in this one, in these ones when I built this. So, now, just in case you're wondering, the front differential on Mullet I don't know if that's going to be reading backwards to you guys or not, but it is the 8-tooth pinion with the 33-tooth spur. It might be reading backwards to you guys the way that's recording. But anyways, and the rear one, I can't remember what the rear one is. I'd have to go and look again, or I'd have to take it apart and look. But supposedly, if you were to, I think from what Josh said, that if you switch them around, because you're at like 34%, I think, right now on the overdrive. And if you switch them around, you would be at about 50%. And this can only go in one way because you can see it's only clearanced on one side. The same with the rear axle, I believe, but the aluminum rear axle is actually clearanced on both sides, so you could actually flip it over one way or the other. But if you do that, then the rear end is going to be running the wrong direction. So we can just stick that right back down in there. And I'll get these. I'll get them started but I'm not going to run them all the way in. With the drill. It's just not a good idea. I don't think, anyways. Now you can see I just stopped just a little bit short. You see that? Yeah, I stopped just a little bit short on everybody. And I'll run those in by hand. That one can leave the chat. Get this brushed up. Oh, I guess I do have to put that one in because I can't get to that one later. So, let me do this real quick. Uh-oh. You know, a little bit of a delay here. Snug. Torqued. And while I'm here, I might as well just do the rest of them. And you'll be able to feel it. You'll be able to feel it tighten right up. Snugged. Rebuilt. Now, these two right here, if you didn't notice where they came out from the bearing carrier that's in the third member. These two here are the other side of that bearing carrier. So you got to be extra careful with those because that bearing carrier is plastic also. This doesn't have the aluminum bearing carriers, which, excuse me, is one thing that I did wish they would have put in there. But then you wouldn't have got... there we go. Nice. Bearing carriers probably would have upped the price a little bit. Very nice. And that way I can actually try and properly set my steering linkage too. We'll see how we can get that all designed right. We'll try something there. All right. So let's break out the fresh brass. That way we are all back to Vanquish everything. Instead of being the aftermarket stuff, everything is Vanquish. It has the proper brass, front and rear. Ooh, those are pretty. Pretty heavy too. They feel about the same. If I had a scale, they would probably be pretty close to the same. It sure feels like it. They don't seem to be as thick. But when you do that, when you're setting the holes, lining up the holes to each other, this sits out a little bit more. It's recessed in there, putting it out there a little bit more where it needs to be. These are pretty, all nice and chrome. Like I need chrome. Chrome don't get you home. Well, neither does a broken knuckle. Get that spacer out of there. Let's use this as our garbage bag. Yay, more screws. Looky there. Oh, come on. Get my properly dull knife going here. We'll put everybody over here so that it doesn't get mixed in with all the rest of the stuff as we're rebuilding the axle. Oh, I do need to get that other shoulder screw out, though. I forgot to while I'm setting all this up. And I believe... Nope. It's not in there. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I just throw it into a bin? I might have. I thought I'd put it into a spot where I wouldn't. There it is. Nope, it is in here. Yep, I just threw it into a bin. Just haphazardly threw it into a bin. There we go. Now we're good. It's like I knew that I did. Awesome. I am so good. I am so good. So, all right. Aha. I knew there was something I was missing. I need these guys too. You don't do that. There we go. Kind of hard to get back down in there because my fingers don't hardly fit in between here. I'm glad I don't have big old sausage fingers. There we go. That's good. All right, do the long side first. I can put the shoulder screw in and worry about putting these on afterwards. Uh-oh. Got a little crooked there. No, that back one is not all the way in yet. That one went in squarely. That one's a little bit cockeyed. Come on. Oh, shoot. They gotta get one pretty square, or else they're gonna be a pain in the butt to get in there. Ooh, shoot. Oh. Oops, see. It's very light metal. Very soft metal. Nope, that's too big. Wow, those ones are tight. Can't get to it that way either. Can I bite it? I don't want to scar it up. I have given the table here because it is just a plastic table, but dang it. This got a long ways to go to get in there. Man, that's pretty brutal. Well, let's try. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I set it this way. His face is angled. But when you're seeing the angle of that face in here is flat. You can see the angle because it's flat to this. So you're seeing the angle up here, and I'm trying to put it in at that angle, and it's not going to go at that angle. That's my problem, I do believe. So it does have to go in kind of crooked. So there you go, guys. FYI. Don't try and put them in square. They won't go. It just fell right in. With just minimal amount of effort because I had that side angle just a little bit, and boop, there it goes. Hi, vey. Pay attention, Scooter. You might learn something. Okay, let me do this first. Let's put these guys together. Ooh, you got sand in there too. All right. There we go. Now that your pin is actually countersunk a little bit, it's going to be a little bit more of a joy to try and get in there. So grab the old Gerbers. And drop that puppy in there. Oh, geez, my Gerbers are magnetized. That's not good. I don't need them magnetized. Set that on. Oops, wrong one. That is a little bit of an awkward angle because of that countersink. They didn't put any kind of a notch in there to line up so that you can actually get directly straight to it, but it's straight enough. It went in just fine. Ooh, I just seen something else. My bump stop screws. Now, put those on there. I don't know why they made these so long. But when I was putting this kit together in the first place, that's the ones they said to put in there. Okay, whatever you say. Oops. Scoot you out and scoot you in. Now, I run these all the way down. So it pushed out the back a little bit. But you see, where the screw is. At the back over here, let's see. It doesn't go all the way through. Well, that's why I wondered why they made these screws so dang long. Is because once you get to that point, I wanted them all the way in because I wanted to get as much stirring out of it as I could. Now, you see how it's pushed through. Push the plastic through. So, no big deal. There's nothing there. It's not going to, it doesn't block anything. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my wrist popping. The one holding the axle is popping on every single stroke there. What's funny. Pop, 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 pop. Yep, I'm falling apart. Just, like I said, just an old man here playing with his toys. Now, let's get this guy in here. Ooh, that goes in nice. Just like it should. It's like something else should, you know? Oh, we won't mention anything. We won't mention any names. Get the shoulder in there. Ooh. So nice. Just like it's, like it's supposed to do. You know? All the way in. Cool. Now the baby axle. Oops. Forgot to brush that out too. It's funny how being out there on those rocks, even though it is rocks, there is a lot of sand out there. Because it is, out basically in the ocean. So there's a lot of sand. Oh, come on. Oh, you're my pain in the butt, Axel, aren't you? Oh, you want a little bit of sanding, don't you? No, I can oblige that. Get some of the gook off. You go through it okay now? No, it's still weird around the hole on some of them. It's just got like a little bit of a flare or a burr or something that just sometimes just does not want to give up. Oh. Is that deep enough? No, it's not. It's always got to be one. It's got to be a pain in the butt. Always. Breeze kicking up. Don't want it to be blowing things everywhere. So let's see. and put it in here and get everything captured. That'll help me get that bearing in there. Ooh, these are getting heavy. Heavy, man. That is not my wrist popping. That's the weight down there flopping. That might help me get that bearing in, being it's wanting to be a little bit of a pain in the butt getting around that hole, getting around the pinhole. Very nice. All right. Now, let's see if we can utilize that to help with this. It moved a little bit. Bugger. Those aren't big enough. So I should probably have filed that down a little bit more. I'm almost flush there. I need use an old plastic drive line. Maybe I can get it to shock it in there. Hey, just like that. Just like that. Little bugga-dugga there. Put that back over there. You out the way, and you out the way. You guys out the way. Not just yet. We got to get these guys on here. Now, I'm not going to put Loctite on here because it is brass. And I don't think you should probably be putting Loctite into brass. It is a soft metal, and putting Loctite may, if you go to take them out, it may pull the threads. And then you're screwed. But gosh dang it, that looks good. And these are very ambidextrous. They can go on either side. They've made it to where it is very simple to get them on. And I may have to adjust my link for my toe after this too, because this might be completely different than what those guys wear. Kind of looks that way, because these are just straight out, and those really kick in. So I might get some serious toe out and have to readjust my link a little bit. No biggie though. I just kind of run them down till they stop, and then just a little bit of hand torque there. Not real hard, just not all the Ugga-Duggas, just one or less Ugga-Duggas. And that's pretty much all I'm really doing is just that right there. And then just, I'm not twisting my hand or anything. I'm just gripping. And that rotation usually is enough. And you just check it every once in a while. Especially after you look down and you see if there's a screw missing. Now, how high does that put this if I just put it directly underneath here like that? That makes it pretty high, actually. Kind of like that. Turn this over because that's turned. I have it turned up just a little bit. Well, we'll see once we get it on in correspondence with that, because that steering arm is really, really long. Okay. You guys it's got to scoot up here into this area. Well, I hear grandkids running around. Sounds like my neighbor's got his grandkids. Oh, come on. There we go. Got it. Yeah, like I said, I always try to. Don't always. Depending on what I'm doing. I try to put everything together by hand. Yes, it takes longer, but you can feel it better. Oh. Ballin popped out. There we go. Fixed. For now. Sorry if you're shaking. Oh, yes. And also, hopefully, my microphone's still working. It's been getting a little janky here lately. You probably heard it in some of the videos where it was getting a little bit of scrubby. But hopefully it's still working just fine. Now, I didn't phase that. So hopefully. Hopefully it just kind of phased itself. Get in there. Come on. You can do it. How about that one? Yeah, it probably wouldn't have hurt to put some more grease in there, but it looked pretty good. The blue's really hard to see. That's why I like this better. You can see it a lot better, but I'm trying out that because that's what came with the kit. So, but it still looked like it was pretty good. There was no contaminants in it. It didn't look ugly. So we're just gonna leave it at that. And this always. Probably should have put this one in first. There you are. Yeah. There we go. Now, get this moved back over here and get our servo put back on. These holes are already run in, so you don't want to use the power tool to run these back in because you won't feel it hit bottom, and you can just rip the holes out, and then you end up having to use a larger screw to hold your servo. Whee! And do them by hand, you save your threads. And yes, it takes longer, especially when you're recording. It takes so much longer. Power tools make it all nice and quick, but power tools can also damage everything, and then you're screwed. Then what are you doing? Getting back online, well, like me, getting back online and ordering more stuff when it wasn't necessary to do because you shouldn't have been doing a power tool in the first place. Just aggravate your carpal tunnel. It'll be worth it. All right. Now, with that sitting down that low, I could go underneath. Oh, I could go underneath and use the spacer on the other side. Will this screw be long enough with the screw and the spacer? Nope. Have to get a longer screw. But if I put it on top, then we're back in the same predicament that we were before. And that kind of sucks. That really, really sucks. It would be better with it down low. You get more direct steering instead of being like this. That may have been part of why I broke the end out of that axle too. It was because of the angle that I had, the link from the servo to the axle up at that ridiculous angle, trying to make it fit the with the long servo arm. But with the long servo arm, I don't get the hitting the servo like I did before. I get my steering, but if I put it down here, that's nice and straight across. And then the steering, which is fine. It's not like it's in the way or anything. I can still put it down there. I just have to go digging, is all. And we can go digging. So, with that, yeah, we'll leave it up here. Since we're almost an hour into this video, I'll just leave it at that. I'll get the steering fixed, find a longer screw for the driver's side, and that'll work just perfectly fine. Now, proper brass, got the axle fixed, got another piece to, I don't know, throw away. Ooh, that was getting a little thin. Look how thin that was getting right there. Can you see that? Y'all see that? How thin that is right there? It was about right. It was getting close to coming through right there. Dragging her on the rocks is shaving her right down. So that's good to get some fresh plastic in there to save my ring gear. But anyways, thank you all for being here. That'll do it for right now. And I'll get steering fixed and get her back out on the rocks. So thanks a lot for being here, everybody. Appreciate it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good, happy stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot for being here. Bye.